Okay, Bruiser, come on, chime in, sir. The game is about not being in that situation in the first place.
Well, I get what he was saying, but he says fixing shitty. It's not about fixing shitty situations, but you learn by trial and error. So you can fix these things, so you can come up with a resolution for these things. And how and somebody like himself, he. I mean, it's funny to me because how can you relate? How can you relate if you haven't been through the same struggles or the same trial and error as the people that you actually talking down on? And then you associate red pill with these people as if people who aren't claiming to be red pill aren't predisposed to catching L's and actually having to fix the issue. You get what I'm saying? Oh, so he's red pill, so all he want to talk about is fixing issues, but it just don't make any sense to me. You're gonna have issues. It's nothing wrong with coming to a place or actually talking about how to fix them. We could talk about how to pick things all we want. We could talk about how to prepare ourselves to, end up results for the best optimal situation all we want. But you got a plethora of people that makes mistakes that just are unaware. And it's totally fine to surround yourself with people who've been through the same obstacles you've been through and can coach you through like how to repair yourself. So I don't know why I think he did it intentionally. I don't know why he chose to associate red pill with a group of people who go through issues and all they do is talk about fixing shitty situations.
Really, Bruiser? That's all they do is sit around whine. What really? That's all they do.
But I think it's a biased approach when you label a group of whiners as people who are red pill when
They're a group of
one could
whiners.
one could argue that people who are claiming to be red pill or somebody's looking from the outside in and say, hey, this guy's a red pill because of his ideology. One could argue that it's not so much of complaining. It could be just coming together and being aware of things that the person who didn't take a red pill wouldn't be aware of.
Mr. Lego,
What up?
what is the overall message regarding red pill?
I don't know. Whine about women they can't get, and
You don't know. That's
being
where it stops
stupid.
at.
And
You
that's my
don't
point.
know.
Excellent question.
Whiny ass
You
children.
don't just stop right
children,
there. You don't
No
know.
children having children.
You don't know.
No girlfriend having as children, little boys.
You don't know.
No experience having
The
as
red
dudes.
pill is deeper than that. Now, I'm not even a fan of the red pill, Mr. Let Go, but you got to understand the red pill philosophy was rooted in, and it began with a guy by the name of Rollo Tomasi. And whether people don't
White
dude.
dude.
Acknowledge that. The net of it is it was then expounded upon and it grew into the Obsidian Ali's, the Kevin Samuels, they took a lot of different things and they created this sort of amalgamation of beliefs, and I would damn near call them doctrines. But you can't if you can't just say that you don't know on one hand, but then say that it's a bunch of non-girlfriend having XYZs on the other, because it doesn't necessitate an authentic. It's not authentically true. The red pill has a legitimized foundation that is based on a white man's, interpretation of
A white man.
but it doesn't matter, right? White men
children-
date, black men
so
date.
just
So the
saying
net
that-
of it is
No,
you
here's
can't
the
make
funny
a
thing.
you can't make
So,
a
so
generalistic
what you're
statement
saying, they're
without-
children of a white man.
No, but see, that's not true.
Here's the
All
funny
men
thing.
date. That's
Black-
universal.
Black children of a white dude. That's even worse.
So
The offspring of an old white dude.
here's the funny thing.
As I've said a plethora of times before, it's much deeper than that. You can't give such a surface level definition to a term that has legitimization to it. There's a legitimate section of YouTube that has identified itself as the red pill manosphere.
Incels.
That is
Losers.
Here's the funny thing about since he wanted to bring up the red pill, is that's literally probably one of the major cornerstones of red pill is understanding and recognizing women for who they are and not trying to change them. That's literally one of the main messages. So I think he was just taking pot shots at them, but it goes against everything that he said they talk about all the time. That's why when I asked Mr. Lego that question and he said, I don't know, you don't know. And that guy obviously doesn't know either.
So explain it, sweetie.
I think he does know. I think it's just somebody that claimed to be red pill probably made a video about them reacting to him or cussing him out, and then now they're like, "Oh, I don't like the red pill guy."
The sad part is that to me, a lot of rejects kind of hijack that movement. A lot
Thank
of
you.
even with the Kevin Samuels, I'm
Yep.
an avid fan of Kevin Samuels, but the people that I saw trying to, kind of like exercise his doctrine, you don't even qualify to live what Kevin is talking about. And the thing is like with the red pill, they like to use even Jordan Peterson. I'm like, how he got in this red pill? He's not even red
And he's
pill.
nowhere near
But
red pill.
they try to take his doctrines and kind of like, smudge it up a bit. So even today I was having a conversation. I was telling some folks, the guys that really understand what the red pill is, they have to then take their movement back or make some type of delineation, because now the loudest voices are the incels, are the ones that don't understanding women is important. It's just whining and nagging and
Jordan
and like,
Peterson is red pill.
I don't
though.
know.
And what?
We can agree to disagree with that.
Jordan Peterson?
Old ass
he's
is not no damn red pill.
he's
He's a
most
millionaire
definitely
living his damn life. He's not
Well,
one of
but-
these losers.
I wouldn't call
Stop
Jordan
it.
Peterson.
He's
I
not-
wouldn't-
he's
the,
not-
The, the
you
chief
don't-
reason that I wouldn't call Jordan Peterson red pill is, for one, when he made a statement that I'll never forget it. He said it, and he said, if a woman doesn't choose you, she's right. You're wrong. She's right. Women have a right and an authority to be highly selective when it comes to dating. They do. It's a fact.
That's red
They have to,
pill.
because the
That's
world
not
is
a
less-
fact.
That's
That's
not red pill.
That's not a fact.
literally
What's not a
red
fact?
pill.
What's not a fact?
What you just said, you said the women who choose these men, or sorry, that don't choose the man means that they're right about their, diagnostic of them being a bad dude. That's wrong.
No, that's not
a
what he
fact.
said. All he said was that if she doesn't choose you, she's right not to do
That
so.
means
The only thing he meant by
literally
making that
red
statement
pill.
is right. The only thing he meant by making that statement, and he expounds on this by in his own admission, women have to see the world in a more scary, more dangerous way, because they're the ones that have the predominant responsibility for child rearing and infancy. So if a woman deems you worthy in her eyes for whatever her standard is for sexual selection, reproduction, that's her right to do so. You as a man can't force a woman you can't force her to see you as a viable option. That's all he meant. That's all he meant. He didn't mean anything else
literally
besides
red
that.
pill. That's red
But
pill.
when you look at it,
how she deems you is incorrect. That is her
That's
right.
Exactly.
pill.
Even if
That's-
her analysis of you is wrong, she's still
Yeah.
right in her choice, because dating is the ultimate subjective game. That's
That's
it.
red pill.
But try to
That's really red
look
pill.
at it like this. Just try to look at it like this, because it's funny, and the same thing kind of goes with manosphere too. Notice when everything is not going well, when somebody who's red pill do something stupid or foolishness that maybe other people who talk in that space don't agree with, they'll disassociate themselves with. It's almost like a sponsorship. It's almost like you are the sponsorship company, and red pill is the actual human being.